It's enormous. None shall pass! It's enormous.
Why is the poison not working?
Greetings.
Take your time. I'll unburden you. Signs guide you.
I have a different plan.
Think electric and fire. Two best elements. Electric, fire, stun.
Quickly.
Nothing is set in stone.
I'm thinking this would be good on my Death Knight.
Browse as long as you like. A deal is made. A wise choice. Warm nights.
Come here!
Okay, so we need a better way to break armor. We could do like our mercenary does and use a bow. Not exactly sure what I'm trying to do here. I don't particularly want to use the totem. Bone Shatter's okay. War Cry's alright. Shield Bash is alright. Just wish I had more something that could break armor. Supports any skill that hits enemies, giving it a chance to gain an endurance charge when it fully breaks an enemy's armor. That's how this would work with the shield. You'd rush in, you'd use your shield block, break their armor, then activate your shout, which would empower your attack and give you an empowered attack. So that would be endurance generation on this character. So you could definitely use thorns without needing to transition the charges, but you would only be able to get your endurance charges when surrounded. 1v1 you wouldn't have a way to gain endurance charges. 21 armor versus 71 armor.
Meet your maker! I'm not ready!
Need accuracy. We're having some problems. Actually, we don't have to break. As long as we break their armor, so we can use this and then go into the shield bash. Okay. I don't know how many people that can hit though. The hit breaks their armor. You get an endurance charge. Trying to see how many people that hit.
Face me!
I think like 2 or 3.
I can't yet!
The thing is, if I'm doing this to break armor, I have a problem because I'm not attacking. Because I don't want to be setting behind my shield. I need a way to, like, break armor while attacking. The only way is this. Trying to think, because if I do endurance charges on armor break, I would have to do elemental. I'd have to do elemental attacks, give me power charges, transition them to endurance charges, and then... Or no, they wouldn't give me endurance charges. What am I thinking? Profane ritual. I'd have to use profane ritual for endurance charges. And that isn't ideal either. We need a better way to make endurance charges. Something that can generate power charges.
Come get me!
Okay, so what happens if I put this? That. It's only a 20% chance when you break an enemy's armor with that. One v one, it works well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I did like one hit with that.
Face me!
We're missing a lot of the hits though. We don't have enough dexterity.
I need more time!
Maybe it's not about the damage, because the armor break will give us health. So if it's that,
I need more time. Come here!
the bleed works really well though. So the endurance charge looks like a fireball. It's gonna take me forever to get over there. But the bleed is working really good. Because all I gotta do right now is basically hop in, smack them, get AoE bleed. %180%. Jump in the middle. Bleed. War cry. Jump in the middle, bleed, war cry, shield. Or armor breaker.
I'm not ready. Reach!
Just don't have enough regen. Like, the monks and stuff, they have enough regen because they can get those potions early. This one, you basically want armor. This would be big also. If we got this armor break. Area of attack though. Area of effect. Attack. Aftershock. resonating shield to lower their shield. You lower their armor with the resonating, and then you smack them with the hammer. Which... Wait, what? Oh, no, okay. Smack them with the hammer to finish it off.
Just try it.
8 charges. I need to see, so we have thorns on us right now. Not a whole lot though, but we need to see if we can proc the thorns. We need like a test subject here. Can we proc bleed thorns? Kind of ruined my poison plan, because originally I had a plan that I would use poison to proc my thorns, right? Look at that though. The bleed effect looks so damn good. These things right here are probably the things I hate the most in this game. I just don't have enough regen. If I had the ability to heal like they do over on that side of the tree, this would be great. We could drop all of this because we don't really have the damage right now anyway. And that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 75% chance to block is the max. Let's see. If we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you could go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We'd have just enough to get over here. And even this wouldn't help us a ton. It's the health pots that are basically the lifeblood of it. Early game, I think. Charges per second. So we could get this one. Maybe that one. If we can get access to health flask charges, that will solve a lot of our health issues. Potentially. It's crazy because if I don't take any of these, I could cut through here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which goes right next to this. So what happens if I do that? The bleed is really strong though. I can see. Can definitely see it.
Quickly. Nothing is set in stone.
Yeah, 21s, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So we'd have 26, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7, 8. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26. I think we can still make this work. I just don't have the survivability.
Fear will best you!
Because realistically,
I'm not ready!
realistically, I got the damage. I got the damage. I got really, really, really strong bleed damage. And I don't even have any of the bleed bonuses for it. Like, this is just bleed chance. Older than 4 seconds. I think deep wounds is the only thing we need here too. Like, I think we want to minimize how many big points that we get. We want all these small points because, like, if we get this, it's like 20% here and 20% there. But then once we get the other things, these are going to double. We're going to get another 5% per each 2. So it'll be 6. So we get another 15% on top of this, which is already like 40%. We could grab this down here if we wanted for another 5. All this is like magnitude if we want extra bleeding magnitude. It is a way for us to get accuracy though, which would be nice.
Come get me!
if I should be using the stuff. This is gonna do more damage. We don't have access to
I need more time. I'm not ready.
I don't know what that pause is between all the skills.
Creature.
When I try to use the skills, there's like a really long pause.
Shatter. Come get me! I'm not ready.
See, it's like that. Like this guy, he has to like. I can't run through people. That's my problem. I mean, I could have leaped through the gap there, but it's like... I can't see. And when they get around you, you just get fucking demolished. But I have the bleed. Like, I can bleed them down. Can't even jump over the machine at all.
I can't yet. Just try it! I need more time. I need more time.
hatching. They're all that.
I can't yet. You'll break.
Get rid of the, just get rid of the bleed for now. I think we get rid of the bleed, we get rid of the block. We gotta beeline. We need some sort of health recovery, like mid-fight health recovery, and the only way we can get it is going over there or going here. Let me think. 2, 2, 2, 3%. This can be used against bosses. So Guts is probably the best option that we have. Fastest way would just be go through here, but if we go through here, we get more strength. And we can get this. So we can gain some sort of life regen pretty early. So let's maybe go for this stuff first up here. Yeah, all these look like they're going to be beneficial. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Might try and keep that. And then we want this. So we'll do 4. That'll give us 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think maybe we drop all of this and we grab this and that and this. And that'll give us all of the regen health that we should need, I think. The only problem is that we're gonna have to still break armor to get access to the charges. But after we do, we get a 5% chance to gain all the charges, and this will give us +1, and then this will give us +1, so we can get 5, and then we'll have 10% of our health for each charge, so we can regen like half of our health with that. And then this will give us the other benefit, and we'll be pretty close to this armor break node here as well. Okay. Still would be tempted to get this one though. It'd be a good double up bonus to have. But it'll give us more time to work our way over there. If we don't want to worry about flasks. But we have to regen our money before we can even do anything, so.
How can I advise you?
No need to rush, as you wish. Sands guides you.
Because we don't have any bleed damage right now. We just got increased bleed chance.
Heal yourself!
But the mercenary, the legionnaire, could have the armor break stuff on 2 skills. So you could generate twice as many energy charges. I'm gonna have to choose a skill to have it on. See, this is what I want to do right here. I want to be able to do that, but break armor, so that I can keep my thorns up. And the only way I think I can do it is if I do poison. But even then, it won't be perfect. I would have to have poison somehow to just keep applying poison, keep breaking armor, and removing the armor as well. Like, the warrior stuff is so complicated in this game. On top of needing accuracy, unless you use AoE abilities. Problem is, we need a way to generate power charges if we want to do these endurance charges, and the only way to do that is to do elemental stuff. If we do the elemental stuff, then we don't have to break armor, and then we can just auto attack and apply the damage, apply the elemental effect, which will then trigger the thing to then give us a charge, which then we just have to use a war cry, and that seems better than most of these other nodes. But if we do that, we also don't get to break armor, which gives us thorns. So we're always going to have to break armor anyway to get our thorns procs. That's probably a resonating shield like thing.
Come get me!
And it's not even that the stuff is that bad, it's just like what to
On
do.
impact, Molten Blast will explode and fling shrapnel projectiles forwards. On impact, hold down the button for perfect strike to charge a powerful swing. Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spike of rock. Using Warcry skills nearby will cause the rock to explode. Try placing several rocks and destroying them all at once for huge damage. Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spike of rock. Using Warcry skills nearby will cause the rock to explode. Try placing several rocks and destroying them all at once. Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spike of rock. Using Warcry skills nearby will use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating a wall of rock. The rocks will explode if slammed. Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating
You have to have a slam for it. Leap slam's probably the simplest. But even then, it wouldn't be that easy to use. Because it would block us off.
Shield Charge is best used for stunning a small group of enemies. This skill does more damage and thus more stun, based on the armor value of your shield. Rolling Slam strikes twice and can be redirected as you move. The first slam is effective for stunning enemies. The second slam is larger and deals more damage. Rolling Slam strikes twice and can be redirected as you move. The first slam is effective for stunning enemies. The second slam is larger and deals more damage. Rolling Slam strikes twice and can be redirected. Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spike of rock. Using Warcry skills nearby. Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating a wall of rock. The rocks will explode if slammed. Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating a wall of rock. The rocks will explode if slammed.
Melee, slam, duration, and travel.
Earthquake creates jagged ground that slows enemies. After a few seconds, the ground explodes with an aftershock, dealing a large amount of damage. Earthquake creates jagged ground that slows enemies. After a few seconds, the ground explodes with an aftershock, dealing a large amount of damage. Infernal Cry puts a debuff on enemies that makes them explode when they die. It also increases the damage of Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating a wall of rock. The rocks will explode if... Use Shield Wall to ram your... Use shield...
This is the slam.
Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into... Use Shield Wall to ram your...
does work really good. Like, really good, but it doesn't do armor break. If that works better than Thorns, why use Thorns? I mean, that's the question, I guess. That does an absurd amount of damage. So you basically, with that, you just run into them, boom. Use your resonating shield while using Earth Shatter. And then their armor breaks, you get energy charges, you pop R, then you hit Leap Slam, I guess. Let's do a karate. Come in here. Do this. Do this. Can't block and do the thing at the same time, apparently. So, come in. Block. That's a strong ability, though. What happens if we effect duration 40%? Crazy amount of damage, though. Like, you can see how there's a problem here, because I can't even, like... with these enemies, I don't have time to break the armor. And I can't move because they're all so big, they body block me. And then this takes too long to get set up.
Come dance.
It is strong, though. It's real strong. Maybe with cast speed or something. But it's like I don't even have time to get my armor break before the rock kills them all, you know? Like, look at that. Like, I don't even know if I need to put thorns on my mercenary. Witch Hunter Mercenary, full strength. You go in, you put down a couple of these explodey rocks. You decimate them for 30% of their health total. Then you blow all the rocks up, destroying them, and then you have your thorns and whatever else afterwards, you know?
I've no more room.
Because the only other way that works is you go in and you leaf slam it.
Quickly.
No need to rush. I'll unburden you. Sands guide you.
This is not the place for violence.
I'm just trying to figure out how do you use a thorn warrior? How do you break armor? Like, there has to be something that turns a skill into like an armor break skill, and I just don't know what it is. Like some sort of support gem. Trigger an explosion when they fully break an enemy's armor. Supports attacks, causing them to trigger a fire explosion when they fully break an enemy's armor. Explosion, 100% of physical damage to fire. Cannot break armor. Okay. Supports attacks, causing the daze enemy when they fully break armor. It hits enemies, causing poison. It applies to also break enemy armor. Cannot support skills that consume fully broken armor. Make it harder. Just not while using it. Support any skill causing armor break it inflicts to be stronger. It breaks 40% more armor. For any causing them to deal more damage against enemies with broken armor, preventing them from breaking armor. Causing those hits to break armor based on a proportion of physical damage dealt. So we need Splinter. Okay, so if we have Splinter, don't have to focus on purely shield block or the other thing, but it does have very limited range, and you can only work on one skill. So if we were a Legionnaire, we could have 2 of these on a skill, which would make it much simpler. But right now, I mean, we could put it on E to give more armor break and have a massive explosion radius. Could put it on the shield charge, or could put it on the melee attack. Skills break 40% more armor. See, we won't need either of these when we're done. But 40% more armor break. More damage against enemies with broken armor. Prevent them from breaking armor themselves. So this would increase... This skill would increase our armor break, or our damage after we break armor. And we'd have to have a separate skill to consume the armor. So you either kill whoever you were attacking, or use a separate skill to consume it. This one just lets it break more armor. And then this one is the AoE, the thing that we probably want. I thought one of these consumed, but I guess it doesn't. This would be probably the best thing we could get. Endurance charge, 20% chance when he breaks an enemy's armor. Still a very low chance against one boss. That's not what we wanted. Maybe we could increase... so let's do this. And then... break. So we can give 40% armor break increase. So we do area of effect, or we can make this 40% better, which is basically giving it like 9 damage, which isn't very much. But 15% of this is gonna go. So we either go for break the armor faster with melee attacks, or we go with explosion that deals a lot of damage.
Need something?
So now, I mean, we'll keep. Guess we'll keep the rage on it for now. Endurance charge when breaking enemy's armor.
Just try it!
I need more time.
And we still have to consume the armor. So the only skill we got right now is the leap slam. Kind of works, but kind of doesn't. The endurance charges. I don't know what the best place with them, what the best would be for that. The simplest answer would just be use this rock thing because it deals so much damn damage.
Split the earth!
I mean, that's pretty much instantaneous. So I'm not sure what we do with that information. Because if we put the explosion thing on this, then this skill is going to be doing an absurd amount of damage. Because it is a lot of damage. So we can use the rocks and set here. Use the rocks, set here, and smack them and blow stuff up. Such a hard ball because of this. It's just like, boom. I'm not sure what this. Why isn't that a slam? It says it's a slam, but it doesn't set off this. Oh, it's only when has to be a war cry. Rock thing is a little clunky. Sports any skill that hits enemies, causing them to deal more damage against enemies with broken armor. Prevent them from breaking armor themselves. Cannot support skills that consume broken armor. We could put this on Bone Shatter. It's faster and safer to use than the other thing, and it does AoE damage anyway. Is that our shield charge? But this has could be repeated. Yeah. Trigger fire explosion when they fully break enemy's armor. So we could put exploit weakness and armor explosion on Bone Shatter. And then we need breaking more armor and stuff on Mace Strike.
Forward!
Let's give it the old test. I think the uppercut would be the best. Slam is
I'm not ready.
a bit much. Still having problem with, I mean, this solves a lot of the armor break issues, but we're still having problems with the, other thing. I can't remember now, but we're figuring it out, boys, alright? We're figuring it out. Mainly need to figure out what to use these fucking other shit. Way better, though. Way better now. Didn't even have to change our stats, alright? We just changed our stuff, our armor break stuff. Tell drastic differences, you know? All we gotta do now is get the elemental damage on our weapon. Piece of cake. Get the elemental damage on the weapon through our passive traits that allow us to apply at least shock and ignite. Which then we can do. Shock will increase our thorn damage by 20%, and our ignite dills can increase their damage by 20% or 30% or whatever, and also give us more damage over time effect. Whereas chill would only give us a frozen person, but if we could do cold as well, we'd do cold as well. Do all that to increase our base attack damage, and then all we'll need is mace strike, uppercut, and resonating shield, and the other ones will be optional, right? Attack speed could be good as well. See, we're having problems right here. Is it better to use Armor Breaker? $174 damage versus 77 damage, which definitely wouldn't be better, but it does break more armor, so you know.
I'm not ready.
I've no more room.
I forgot that we wanted to make some money. Drastic improvement though, like compared to where we were. So
Quickly.
it is something.
My wares, I'll unburden you. Take care.
And the bleed does give us a way to like deal with bosses without needing long range damage, because poison you have to be there constantly.
Charge!
You know what I'm saying?
I need your time.
I mean, it's not the worst that we use a separate skill for it. It's just because we can still take the armor off, but it leaves us vulnerable. But it does give us a lot more stun build-up, potentially, that we could use. And it's not a completely useless skill, you know? Let me think about this for a second. So if we have armor break, this is useful for 1v1s with bosses. Leap Slam, if we want to get Thorn damage. Leap Slam consumes armor for 500% more stun buildup. So this gives us the most possible stun buildup. more so than even shield charge. Passively gets more damage for broken armor either way. So might just keep that. Yeah. Might just have to keep that and put stun build up and extra damage. I guess we could still put armor break on the other one. We could still put armor break on this. It would just give us tools. Like this one would cause more stun build up, that one would cause more AoE damage. Because you could boom, 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 AoE hit multiple people with it. Whereas Leap Slam, I guess, would be more single target. I don't know. 500% more stun build up is kind of big, though. Especially on people that you can't uppercut very easily.
Just try it! I'm not ready!
Which one of these fuckers is shooting lightning at me?
I've nowhere to keep them. No challenge. I've no more room.
I
broken armor. Debuffs negate all armor. How do I fix that? That is a huge issue in my build.
I'm not ready. No warrior. I've nowhere to keep that.
Like, how do you... debuff? Slowing potency. I don't care about my actions taking longer. I care about this. Debuffs on you expire 10% faster. I could probably make that work. 25% increased damage with hits against enemies affected by elemental elements. 15% increased duration. So yeah, we could take this. See, I don't care about this. I care about the backside over here. Unaffected by chill. And we have cold resistance. It's interesting because we know that we can put a portion of our fire damage to armor, which technically would give me fire resistance, and then this would be ice resistance, so. And leeching mana. If I found a way to leech mana, that'd be good, but just the 10% cold resistance there is kind of interesting. But that's 10%, 10%, 10%, 20%. So 50% reduction. Is there any more? That's the only one on the whole tree, huh? It's probably pretty good if it's the only one on the whole tree. Can enter 25% more attack speed versus 40% more armor break.
Better keep greetings.
Need something? Browse as long as you like, as you wish. Take care.
Just try it!
Jesus. I didn't see a trimmer.
I'm not ready.
I already forgot whatever skill rotation I was trying to do here.
I can't yet.
I can't yet.
bleed is the way to go, my brother.
I need more time.
Actually. Oh, there's no way. There we go. Hidden areas that only certain skills could enter would be pretty cool. Dude, I am damn good at figuring out where to go in maps, I'll tell you what.
It's
Or at
annoying.
least these that I'm playing all the time. Let's see how hard this is. So this... Well, we know that armor isn't going to work on him. Because he just does what he does. All the damn time. I would say it's working pretty good though.
Shut down and break.
Why can't I use? Why is he auto attacking and I can't? Wow, that's a lot of damage. If we're being perfectly honest, that was a lot of damage that that earth thing just did. Really complicated to use. But like, look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck. Why is it so hard to...
I'm not ready.
Boom, chunk. I don't know if it's more, it's definitely more burst though. We gotta go break Look how much easier this is.
Fortune favors me.
Hey, girl. Do we go that direction? We have enough damage, honestly. So the health issue is probably our biggest concern right now. So we should erase all of that. Take all these points back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll have 9 points. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll be able to get this right after.
What happened?
+1 to all melee skills. Strength, armor, way less on the old resistances. A lot more on the armor, though. 2%. Chaos resistance. Learn something new every day, don't we, boys? I had no idea. No idea indeed.
Take your time. I shall put this to use. sands guide you.
How can I advise you? Nothing is set in stone.
Lock chance is 29%. Goes to 31%. Beef, yes. Yes, indeed. So one more skill point, we'll get 6 life per block, which will be great. What do we got now? See what time it is. God damn, the time flies, man. Like, ever since I've worked night shift, and I've gotten used to working night shift now, I wake up like at 6, right? And then I don't really go do anything because I feel like, hey, it's almost nighttime, so I don't really have any time to do anything. And then, like, I'll get up, I go cook some food, you know, sit down, watch some TV, eat some food. Then I like walk over here and get on the game, right? Play for a little bit. Look at the clock. And then you're like, holy crap, it's been 10 hours. Like, what? It says I've only been streaming 3 hours. But then we also had the video before this. Hold on. So the other one was 43 minutes, so it's been like 4 hours that I've been on the game, right? So where the hell did all the time go? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta work today. I think I got up around like 6. So it's already been like 8 hours. So 4 of them I've been on the game. You're telling me it took me 4 hours to cook food? You're lying, because I put pork loin and beans and cornbread and stuff in. Cooked it in the pressure cooker for 45 minutes. So it's probably like an hour there. So we got
How does
5
anyone
hours
live in
counted
this
for.
forsaken wasteland?
You know, I'll even give it another hour. That'd be 6 hours. You know, if I ate and watched a movie. So we got two hours unaccounted for.
Charge!
Bastard.
Necromancy!
Okay, so now I'll just get my ass kicked for some reason. Armor should still be fine. My lightning resistance is kind of ass, I guess. Ideally with the warrior, I would like to be able to just sit in the middle of my enemies and kill everybody and not have to really think about it, right? Not have to use a whole lot of skills. And my my Death Knight kind of does that, and he doesn't even have a ton of armor. He has like a lot of regen, basically. And we could do that on this character, but it's like the warrior has this like, it seems like a fine balance that you have to have. You have to keep a balance, because my Death Knight has spells that he can use from a range, and technically the warrior does as well. But if you go full damage, you get swarmed if you try to go in melee, and if you go full defense, you don't have enough damage to really do good in boss fights. And right now it seems bleed is like the best, and like we haven't even figured out all the armor break stuff yet. And these mobility skills seem pretty important. But I don't know if I'm misplaying this, you know, because like we got all that. Boom, boom. Everything's hunky-dory. And now we just need to keep stacking our armor break, but it doesn't so stuff like this, I guess you use. We don't have any dexterity is also part of the problem. I miss hits. I had the same issue with my Death Knight. When you miss a hit, it feels really bad.
I'm not ready.
Damn light.
I need more time.
I already forgot which skill I have the one stuff on. Which one gives me the endurance charges? The main thing I can notice though is not having. Why can't I fucking move? Hold on.
I'm not ready.
I mean, I guess we are tanky in the sense that we're like taking fireballs and stuff. I need to look at my things because I don't remember which one. So we got endurance charges on the resonating shield, so that should be when we're surrounded. We should be able to use that and be good. Ideally, and that's a temporary fix, so as soon as we can figure out how to get the elemental stuff going, we'll be good. But that'll be like a number of levels past this, right? But like the warrior, it seems like you have to know how to use the mobility skills to get around and dodge stuff. You need the defenses specifically for the area that you're fighting. So like we got a lot of fire and lightning, we have armor. But the resonating shield is really slow, and when you get surrounded by a bunch of little things and big things, you can't use resonating shield because you get stuck in the middle and you can't move and you can't jump. And the only other solution I can figure is like we have this, but the wind up on this is really long and it's kind of hard to use. The other option would be the shield wall. So we could be there and then throw the shield wall down and then a resonating shield behind it. Might be an option. But I know from the necromancer stuff that the shield wall by itself doesn't really stop a lot of stuff, you know?
Come here!
But like it's stuff like this, like you need to be able to like hop in, do some stuff. I guess almost forget that you're trying to stack armor break until you get the armor break, and then you go in and start auto attacking. But the biggest thing that I notice compared to like my Death Knight, like ever since I made the Death Knight, I compare everything to it because it feels really good in melee. And it's just the regen. Thorns, easy, boom, done.
Fortune favors me.
Like, I can't say that we're not tanky, because we kind of are. Like, I'm able to sit there and just absorb hits, like no big deal. Whereas, like, my first Necromancer, my Titan Necromancer, can't take hits like that. You have to stay out of combat. But when I play the Death Knight, ever since I was able to get access, the main thing is that the healing potions recharge. So like this one, 380 life a second. Like my healing potions aren't very good on this character, so I need to upgrade his healing potions. But it seems like the warrior, you have to have the best of the best equipment to make up for not having the best stats early. That's what it feels like. But when I was over here, so my Death Knight is a monk. You have 3 life per enemy killed, 3% of life on kill, 3 life per enemy killed, 5 life per enemy killed, 5 life per enemy killed, 20 life per enemy killed, 2% chance to recover all your life, 0.1 charges per second on your flask, 0.1 charges per second on your flask. Like there's another one somewhere, I don't remember where it was. But we have those 0.1 charges. I think we had one that was over here or something. I don't even remember. There's another one somewhere. But when you look at that, you have so much like health regen because we have, granted that character is all of his health is coming from killing things and the fact that his flask recharges. But when he's in combat, everything that dies gives him a ton of life back. And then every one of those things can drop a soul, which can give him 40 energy shield, even though his energy shield isn't very high. It's just, it gives him a bunch of extra health while he's in mid-fight, while everything's hitting him. So everything that dies can potentially give him like 200 health, or like 200 temporary health. And then he just keeps going, you know, and then you get that 2% boom, pop your health back up. And it just keeps, you just keep rolling. But even him, he uses chaos damage and not just melee damage. Whereas the warrior is using a lot of melee damage. And the flasks and stuff, I think might be a good option to like invest in some flask things. But he has stuff like this where it's like 5% of life when you're low on life. I think what they want you to do is to build as high a life value character as you possibly can on the warrior. And the way that we're going to build this, we're getting as many strength nodes as possible. We're getting all these big strength nodes. Every single damage thing that we're going through is going to be doing armor break, physical damage, or blocking and more damage, or strength. Like everything that we're going to do is going to have extra strength nodes on it, right? So we're going to have as much health as possible. And then the Titan can get 15% bonus health and two different deals that give you 4% on each on strength. And then you have 50% increase of all small nodes, like even these, so you get an additional 0.1% life regeneration per second. But my issue with how the warrior is because you see like all these nodes, like unlike the other classes where you need to like gain power as you go through your tree, it, like every other class, it seems like you gain power and you go through your tree and you collect as much power as possible and you keep going. The warrior feels like basically you want to like run through his tree, because you see like even this, like 20 armor, and then this tiny percentage life gain, which this isn't nearly as good as flasks, and then 15% increased armor, but early game you don't have that much armor, and another 0.5% life per second with 10 strength. So everything on the warrior tree is like end game focused. So like you don't want to sit around in here and collect all these nodes. You want to branch out quick, and you want to get as much like value, I think, as possible at the very beginning of the game, before you get into your damage stuff. After we get a bunch of armor, then we can come back and grab these 15% armor bonuses, 15, 15, 15, 15. But that, like, adding all those up right now isn't going to do anything for me, right? And then I think the blocking is where you, like, if you want to go for a defensive warrior, I think the blocking is where it's at. So, like, our next level, we're going to be getting this. So we're going to get 6 life gained when we block, and that might fix our health potion issue, but we have to try it first. Because right now, we just don't have enough sustain to keep in a fight. And the only options we really have are running all the way across here to try and get those life regen nodes, which I'm going to get those. By the end of the game, I'm going to have those. That's going to be the goal, because we're going to be coming through this tree line, and I'm going to be grabbing that for sure. But the only other option is the endurance charges. So you get a 5% chance to gain your max level of endurance charges. So if you grab that early game, you're going to have 4 charges, but that doesn't really do a whole lot for you, besides buff up your damage. But if you make it over here, where is it at? You're getting 2%, 2%, 2%, and then 3%, so you're getting 9% of your health or whatever back per endurance charge consumed, and then you would have a maximum of 5, and you can get up to 7, but 5, means that you're going to be able to get about 50% of your life back when you consume your endurance charges, which then comes down to, well, how many endurance charges can you generate? And early game, the warrior can only generate the endurance charges, it seems like, with the resonating shield or whatever, the break endurance thing. So if you hit an enemy, you have a 20% chance to gain an endurance charge when you fully break an armor. It only makes sense to use that if you're going up against a massive group of enemies, so you maximize the amount of chance that you have to break their armor and then get an endurance charge. And then for each of those endurance charges that you gain, you would have a 5% chance to max out your endurance charges, and then you can use your Infernal Cry and regen all your health. That's probably the best way early that I can think to like get the most health out of your warrior, and it's right down the road from this tree. So we get this, we get 6 life gained when we block. We get over here, we get this 3% for endurance charges, and we're going to be able to get 4 endurance charges. So even with just this tree here, we're going to be able to get 10% of our life back, or 9% of our life back, and we're going to be able to have 4 charges possibly on break, which will give us, you know, a little like 39, 40% of our health. And then we can grab this over here. And then we have access to our thorns and stuff over here as well. So like you can already see kind of where this is going. Because the thorn damage, this right here, like I'm saying don't care about the percentage increases, but this right here, 16% increased thorn damage, isn't really going to help us when we don't have that much thorn damage. And the 20% armor if you've been hit recently isn't that big of a deal either. But this, getting physical thorn damage equal to 2% of armor from equipped body armor, is just bonus damage, bonus thorn damage, and this is just a flat damage bonus. So if we have like 200 armor, it's only 4 damage. But a lot of our stuff that we have, like this belt, is only 4 damage. So it's kind of like an item, but it's going to be on this tree. I think after this, though, because right now bleed is our main deal, but we have break 50% of armor on heavily stunned enemy, stun build up, recover 20% of life when you heavy stun a rare or unique enemy. This one is going to be really big as well. So this is the main focus, I think, for the warrior right now, because as soon as we get that, it's not going to be super useful. It isn't going to help us that much, but against a boss, 20% every time that we stun a boss will be nice. These two will be like 50% of our health every time that we get maximum endurance charges, which is going to be when we, for right now, it's going to be when we break armor, but we're going to turn this guy into an elemental type warrior. We're infusing his weapons with elemental damage. Then we're going to be doing ailments off the elemental damage, which will then proc, give us a frenzy charge. Wait, do I get that wrong? Hold on. I did get that wrong. We can't do that. We have to have endurance charges. Is there something that we can use with frenzy? So frenzy gives you evasion. Oh, that's a problem. It might not be a problem, but it is still a problem. Shit. It's not a problem, but it is a problem. Okay? Because it means we're not going to be able to get the consistency that I wanted. Because we could do Profane Ritual, like a low-level Profane Ritual on dead bodies, and turn them into power charges and then convert them into endurance charges. But if we do that, we don't get to break armor and gain endurance charges. So it kind of throws my whole plan out of whack, because I was going to come through here and grab things like this. So we want like this, the debuffs expiring on us because we had that armor break against us earlier, which completely fucked us over. And then 25% increased damage with hits against enemies affected by elemental ailments, which should apply to thorns. And then you get increased chance to shock, chill, and ignite. You got elemental threshold that you can increase. 20% increased elemental damage with attacks. 5% of damage from hits taking as damage from a random element, which would be able to apply like freeze and all that stuff. And then you'd have all these other trees that we can go down and get more. And then my idea is that there's that skill that we used on our necromancer, that when you pin or electrocute or freeze somebody, it gives you a charge, and then we converted it into a power charge to make zombies. But we need endurance charges, so we'd have to get power charges instead of endurance charges. And Profane Ritual can give us power charges easily. But if there was another way to get power charges easily, then it would be better on our necromancer. This guy, I mean, breaking armor, it's probably for the best, because basically with grit, if we're surrounded by 30 enemies and we're able to break their armor, we automatically get the charges from the armor break. To max. It sucks because this almost makes Legionnaire better than the Warrior would be at what the Warrior's trying to do. Because the Warrior, you get the 8% increased health, and then you get 50% increased of each of these traits. So you should be able to get more life regeneration and more armor and more total thorn damage than the Legionnaire. But the Legionnaire would be able to get more healing, because he could run the armor break run on 2 different skills. So you could have your main attack break and give you endurance charges, and you could have resonating shield break and give you endurance charges, and then you could just sit there and continuously heal over and over. But this, basically what you're doing is you're going defensive, you're gaining life, you break their armor, you get maximum endurance charges, you go into combat, then you shout, get your endurance charges back, or you use your endurance charges to regen all your health back, and then you would go back into a defensive stance, I guess. But maybe we'll get to the point that we can put the endurance charge break on our melee weapon and auto attack, Because we're not planning on blocking a lot in the future anyway. Because down here, where is it? We're wanting to get glancing blows. I don't want a passive warrior. So we're going to get glancing blows, which gives us block. We get double our block chance, but we take 50% of the block damage from hits, which should give us double the damage bonuses to our thorns and our auto attacks from having a shield. And then basically what's going on is you're giving up your two-handed attack damage for basically taking 50% less damage from some monsters that you're fighting. So we get our block chance to like 100%. We're always going to take 50% of the damage. But the idea is that if we're swinging and killing things, we should be getting life back, and our health should be regening, and these things should still be proccing to give us life. The other one is over here, so we can get 20 life. And 5 life, and then there's another one somewhere. There is another one somewhere. I think it's 5. I know there's another one somewhere. So this one's 6. There's another one that's 5. Actually, like, physical damage leech might be better for the warrior. 'Cause I wonder if that stacks with bleeding. Yeah, there it is. Recover 5 life when you block, so we can get 30 life when we block. So if we're getting attacked by 30 creatures and we block, we get all of our life back. But if we take 50% of the damage, it won't be good. So we're gonna have to debate this. I like the idea of the thorn damage being high enough to where this kills them faster than they kill us, but it'll be hard to see. Because we want to regen a lot of our life back. Basically, we need to, like, the idea right now is that we have stuff like this. 30% increased stun buildup. Damage with hits is lucky against heavy stun enemies. If our stun buildup can be affected by thorns, then there's things that, like... Oh, that's interesting. There's things that you can have that, yeah, more strength and health right here. 1% damage per 15 strength. It's pretty big. We need everything like this that we can find to boost our thorn damage. And then there's some stuff that basically it says it interrupts enemies. So if your hit would trigger stun, it interrupts them and then puts them into a stun.
Just try it.
Problem is, there's just no way to keep... If there was a way to keep
I'm not ready.
the armor break, is what we're looking for. We need some sort of skill that can hit multiple enemies and break their armor at the same time. Gotta be able to hit and break armor at the same time. Because this, you get 8-second duration and we get 40% increase, so it's probably like 10 seconds of plate, and the plate's only giving us 11 thorn damage, but when it's maxed out, you get a lot of thorn damage. You get like 100 thorn damage right here, which is like really high. And then if we have our armor transition into thorn damage, it could be even higher. But you have to be able to break the armor and then reapply it at the same time. And resonating shield is too slow.
Forward!
This resonating shield is too slow. This one, I think, could be good because it's faster than the other one. And I don't know if it would break their armor necessarily, but it would definitely help being able to break the armor. It would be nice to have the armor break and the stun build up on the same skill. Because like you see, because like that skill has a really high stun build up. So if we could have that skill break the armor,
I need more time.
like we need some sort of combination of that. Because this does that, so you can uppercut, and then you have this, which also does stun. And they do a good amount of damage. This one's a level 6, 153. Where the mace skill is 176, level 8. So we still got a couple of levels on to get on that. But this one is 180 at level 7. which is about the same. Damaging and knocking back enemies with your mace where you land. Enemies you would land on are pushed out of the way. 26% more stun buildup. Consumes fully broken armor on enemies to cause more stun buildup. And it would be nice if this thing could do the armor break. Causing those hits to break armor based on the portion of physical damage dealt. Break armor equal to... Can you use this? Give me a second here. So now we can armor break and consume it. Ancestrally boosted no more once than ever. 20% more damage and area of effect. So then we can put... Be nice if we could have the ancestral boost and this increase the area of effect a whole lot, and then put the armor break on it. Okay, let's do endurance charge on resonating shield. 40%. 40% increase break. Area of effect. No more than once every 6 seconds. So we'll see if we rotate our skills fast enough for that. So let's do, what would it be? Jump, slam, boom, jump, jump.
Enough!
I don't feel like it's breaking any armor. Yeah. What am I missing here? Hits enemies. Hits to break armor based on a portion of physical damage. What am I missing here? I feel like there was something that said that it can't break armor, but... Stun buildup, impact radius, consumes armor, costs 500% more stun buildup.
Come here!
Nothing. I feel like I saw something earlier that told me I couldn't do this. But I'm not seeing it now. But it's not breaking armor. If this was breaking armor, it would be the perfect skill, because then you could jump, hit, break armor, jump, hit, break armor, and then you just keep doing that and getting more and more armor. And since we need to get rid of the broken armor anyway, it would make sense. Ancestral boost. I already forgot how I had it set up.
Come and get me! I'm not ready! I need more time. I need more time.
I don't know how I feel about it. Radius is pretty big, but it doesn't matter unless you have all the armor already broke. this one, breaking 40% more armor. Why can't it just work the way that I want it to work, you know what I mean? Break armor equal to 15% of physical damage dealt by supported skill. Break 40% more armor. Charge. Supported skill breaks enemy armor. Are we onto something here? This only works if the thorns will proc armor break. Come here, you little bastard.
Come get me!
Alright, hit me. Hit me! I missed too, damn it. Hold on. So... do that. Boom. Now. Doesn't seem to be working.
I need more time.
A lot of cool options here that just don't work. Because that would be this would be the awesomest thing right here. Get your thorn damage up, your thorn damage procs breaking armor, then, you know, something like that. Leap Slam would be probably the best one to have, because then you could just Leap Slam. Breaks the armor and then consumes the armor, and you just sit there and Leap Slam repeatedly. But I'm guessing this doesn't work because the physical damage is from the thorns and not the skill. But I don't know why it doesn't work for Leap Slam, because this thing is actually supposed to do it. Almost looked like I was dodging him because I was jumping in the air. So we can't use that, we can't use that. We could use armor break. Armor break is faster to use than the mace strike, but the mace strike does more damage anyway. Bone shatter could work if... let me think about this. You would go in, you'd use resonating shield, then you'd use the hammer thing to get the stun going, remove it, and then you would hit them with the hammer strike, which could then do more damage. So, what do I have to do now? Physical damage is on that, so we need to get thorns. We need to break their armor, which we have to use
Come get me!
this. And then you would jump, stun, and then you'd have to uppercut.